Okay, how's it going, everybody? So today we're going to read some more Stalin, and we're going to read the last of this. This is the last of the speech, this 1928 speech, um, The Right Danger in the German Communist Party. We're going to read the last, well, it's two last sections here. The last one, the fifth one is kind of short, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it in here with the fourth one. The fourth one is called The Rights in the CPG and the CPSUB. And then, the fifth one is the drafts for the open and closed letters. So let's go ahead and get into this. The rights in the CPG and the CPSUB. I learned today from some of the speeches made here that some of the German conciliators plead in their justification the speech I made at the November plenum of the CPSUB on the methods of combating right elements. As you know, I said in my speech, it has been published, that at this stage of development of the fight against the right danger in the CPSUB, the chief method of struggle is the ideological struggle, which does not exclude the application of organizational penalties in individual cases. I base this thesis on the fact that the rights in the CPSUB had not yet crystallized, did not yet represent a group or a faction, and had not yet provided a single instance of violation or non-fulfillment of decisions of the CPSUB. I stated in my speech that if the rights were to pass to a factional struggle and begin to violate decisions of the CPSUB, they would be treated in the same way as the Trotskyists were treated in 1927. That is clear, one would think. Is it not then stupid to refer to my speech as an argument in favor of the rights in Germany, where the rights have already passed the factional methods of struggle and systematically violate decisions of the CPG, or as an argument in favor of the conciliators in Germany, who have not yet broken and are apparently unwilling to break with the right faction? I think that nothing more stupid than such a plea can be imagined. Only people who have abandoned all logic can fail to understand the vast difference between the position of the rights in the CPSUB and the position of the rights in the CPG. In point of fact, the rights in the CPSUB do not yet constitute a faction, and it is indisputable that they are loyally carrying out the decisions of the CPSUB. The rights in Germany, on the contrary, already have a faction, headed by a factional centre, and systematically trample underfoot decisions of the CPG. Is it not obvious that at this moment the methods of fighting the rights cannot be the same in these two parties? Further, here in the USSR, social democracy does not exist as an organized and serious force, capable of fostering and stimulating the right danger in the CPUSB. In Germany, on the contrary, there is alongside the Communist Party the stronger and fairly firmly organized Social Democratic Party, which fosters the right deviation in the German Communist Party and objectively converts this deviation into its agency. Is it not obvious that one must be blind not to perceive the vast difference between the situations in the USSR and in Germany? Lastly, there is one other circumstance. Our party grew and gained strength in fierce battles against the Mensheviks. Moreover, for a number of years, those battles took the form of direct civil war against them. Do not forget that in the October Revolution, we Bolsheviks overthrew the Mensheviks and socialist revolutionaries, as being the left wing of the counter-revolutionary imperialist bourgeoisie. This, incidentally, explains why nowhere, in no other communist party in the world, is the tradition of struggle against open opportunism so strong as it is in the CPSUB. We have only to recall the Moscow organization, especially the Moscow Committee, where there are instances of conciliatory vacillation. We have only to recall how the working class party members in Moscow at a single stroke straightened out the line of the Moscow Committee in a couple of months. We have only to recall all this to realize how strong in our party is the tradition of struggle against open opportunism. Can the same thing be said of the German Communist Party? You will no doubt agree with me that unfortunately it cannot. More than that, we cannot deny that the Communist Party in Germany is still far from having rid itself of social democratic traditions, which fostered the right danger in the CPG. There you have the conditions in Germany and the conditions in the USSR, and they show that the difference in conditions dictates different methods of fighting the right danger in the CPSUB and the CPG. Only people devoid of an elementary Marxist perception can fail to understand this simple thing. In the commission which drafted the resolution of the November plenum of the CPSUB, a group of comrades proposed that the basic provisions of the resolution should be extended to other sections of the Comintern, including the German section. We rejected this proposal, declaring that the conditions of struggle against the right danger in the CPG differed cardinally from those in the CPSUB. Okay, so this is the fifth part of the speech. The drafts for the open and closed letters. A couple of words regarding the draft resolutions submitted by the ECCI commissions. Serra considers that these drafts bear the character of provincial resolutions. Why, one asks? Because it appears the draft of the open letter does not contain an analysis of the political situation which engenders the right danger. That is ridiculous, comrades. We have such an analysis of the decisions of the 6th Congress. Is there any need to repeat it? I think that it should not be repeated. As a matter of fact, we might have confined ourselves to a brief resolution on the rights, who systematically violate the decisions of the 6th Congress and are therefore liable to expulsion, and on the conciliators, who are not waging a fight against the rights and therefore deserve to be given a most serious warning. If, however, we did not confine ourselves to a brief resolution, it was in order to explain to the workers the nature of the right deviation, to show them the true face of the Brandlers and Thalheimers, to show them what they were in the past and what they are now, to show how long the Comintern has spared them in the hope of correcting them, how long the communists have tolerated them in their midst, and why the presence of such people in the Comintern cannot be tolerated any longer. That is why the draft resolution is longer than might have been expected at first glance. Comrade Molotov has already said here that the CPSUB delegation associates itself with these draft resolutions. I can only repeat Comrade Molotov's statement. Okay, yes, that's the right danger in the German Communist Party, part 4 and 5. Thank y'all for tuning in, Y'all, this was in 1928. If y'all want to follow me and message me or anything online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, Medium, all of these are Marxist. Follow me there. Y'all have a great day, and Dodada Goi.